Most people think they're lazy. But what if I told you it's not your fault? Your brain is naturally designed to avoid hard work, and until you understand why, you'll keep procrastinating, missing opportunities, and watching your dreams slip away. But here's the good news. Once you know how to rewire your brain, laziness becomes a choice, not a curse. Imagine this. You wake up determined to have a productive day. But before you even start, your hand instinctively reaches for your phone. One scroll turns into 10 minutes, then 30, then an hour. Suddenly, it's noon, and you've accomplished nothing. Sound familiar? It's not just you. It's all of us. And there's a scientific reason behind it. Why does your brain love laziness? Let's rewind 100,000 years. Back then, your ancestors weren't worried about deadlines or self-improvement. Their number one priority? Survival. Every calorie counted. So their brains evolved to do two things. Conserve energy, which means to avoid effort whenever possible. Seek instant rewards, because back then, tomorrow wasn't guaranteed. Fast forward to today. We live in a world of abundance, not survival. But your brain still thinks you're in the Stone Age, which is why it fights against anything that feels hard. Ever planned to work out but ended up watching Netflix? Ever said, I'll start tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes? That's not you failing. That's just your brain following its ancient programming. And here's the worst part. Modern society makes it 10x harder to overcome this programming. Why? Because we live in an era of endless dopamine on demand. Our ancestors had to hunt for rewards. We just scroll, tap, and binge. Social media, video games, junk food, they hack your brain's reward system so efficiently that real work feels boring and painful by comparison. Most people think the solution to laziness is waiting for motivation, but that's the biggest scam ever sold. Motivation is like that flaky friend who hypes you up one day and ghosts you the next. If you rely on motivation, you'll stay stuck. Successful people don't feel like it every day either. The difference? They know the secret. Action comes first. Motivation comes second. Here's how it works. Your brain releases dopamine after you take action, not before. This means the first 5 minutes of any task feel terrible, but once you start, your brain rewards you with motivation to keep going. Think about it. Have you ever dreaded a task, but once you got started, it wasn't so bad? That's how dopamine works. Now imagine if you could flip the script. If instead of waiting to feel ready, you could train your brain to crave action. That's exactly what we're going to do next. How to rewire your brain to stop being lazy. Now that you know laziness is just bad programming, let's rewire it. Here's how. The 2-minute rule. If a task feels overwhelming, just do it for 2 minutes. Most of the time, you'll keep going because starting is the hardest part. Make it stupidly easy. Your brain resists big changes but loves tiny wins. Want to read more? Start with 1 page a day. Want to work out? Do 1 push-up. Small actions trick your brain into building habits. Remove dopamine traps. Your phone, your TV, they hijack your brain's reward system. Make distractions harder to access. Put your phone in another room. Use website blockers. Make your environment work for you, not against you. Use temptation bundling. Pair something you love with something productive. Example, listen to your favorite podcast only when you go for a walk. Want to catch up on your favorite show? Only watch it while stretching or organizing your workspace. Identity shift. Stop saying I'm lazy. Your brain listens. Instead say, I am the type of person who takes action. Identity shapes behavior. The more you see yourself as someone who does the hard things, the more effortless it becomes. Use the 5-second rule. Mel Robbins popularized this. The moment you think of doing something, count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and move. Don't let your brain talk you out of it. Your brain wants comfort, but your future self needs growth. Laziness isn't a personality trait. It's just outdated programming. Rewrite the code. Take control. Because at the end of the day, the people who win in life, they don't wait to feel ready. They act. If this video helped you, hit that like button. And if you're serious about mastering your mind, subscribe, because we're just getting started.